everybody. Happy Self Healing Tuesday. How is everybody doing? I am so excited for the guest that's going to be on today. I just want to thank my Heavenly Father above for all the songwriting I've been doing and all the music that we're being producing, and Atlas Star Records that I'm going to be working with very closely with a lot of things that are going on. And we got some talent that's coming. I'm just so excited. And I want to thank Dawn Reese and her Beauty Queen special. Every Tuesday, I come on as Living a Healthy Lifestyle show. And I want to welcome the viewers to the show today. We're going to be talking with Annie. Amazing Annie and I met a few years ago with Holistic Health. It was with we had a big huge seminar. She was there and I met her, and she had told me about this magnetic therapy. And she's been a best friend of mine for so many years. And she said, Carrie, why don't you jump on board with the light therapy patches? And I said, well, why don't I? I'm ready. And oh my goodness, when I got hit by that school bus and they found that lump, and my whole entire health went downhill. You guys all know the story. Annie is amazing. She was 1 out of 5 people that got Johnston disease. I'll have to talk to her about it and find out exactly what it was. But she was 1 out of 5 people that was supposed to have passed away and not made it through this ordeal. And she made it through. Not only that, she has become a world champion in skydiving. And so I cannot wait to bring her on. I just love Annie. I just love her so much. She's just been such an inspiration to me. Annie, are you on the line?
Yes, I'm here, Carrie.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, great. It's a great Tuesday, isn't it?
It's good. I'm trying to do this radio show interview with you at the same time that I'm doing a Facebook Live outside.
Wonderful technology that we have, right? So you're a mom of 24 and your old son that you just recently have been able to connect with again. And your story is just somewhat amazing to me. You're a presidential director for LifeWave. I'm a director because of you. And over the last 20 years, you've been competing in world record-setting skydiving. I can't even talk today because it's like, wow, this is just amazing. And about 8 years ago, something tragic happened to you. Can you explain to our viewers?
Yeah, there were 2 very random tragedies. One was 11 years ago when I got the Stevens-Johnson syndrome. I got all burned up. And then one was, 6 years ago. So I had an accident along with the rest of my team on landing after practicing our skydive. So there's 2 major accidents. I don't know which one you want to talk about first.
Well, I just think it was fascinating that you went through all of that just from the very beginning when you had that accident, and this led you to holistic health. And so I'm trying to explain to our viewers that you created your own holistic health, and you went down that journey, and you used things that were brought into your path that helped to heal the body already. The body heals itself.
That's right, because before I was just running around, living my life, doing everything kind of programmed like we are, eating Frosted Flakes, and, drinking Mountain Dew, and not really thinking anything about my health in terms of trying to be healthier than I was, because I was fine. So I didn't think about it.
Right.
And then right in the middle of me running around being healthy and doing my sport. And just to clarify, I do have one son, and yes, he is 24 years old now. But yeah, we were just regular folks running around I have never been allergic to anything in my entire life. I've grown up on a farm. I've been around horses and dogs and dander and hay and grass, and I've never had an allergy to a medication or any type of food or anything ever. And what happened was I had taken an antibiotic that I had taken before, no big deal, that had been prescribed to me, properly took it just like they told me to, and my body, a Steven Johnson syndrome reaction, which happens apparently a lot. And it's an autoimmune response where your healthy fever never shuts down. So the low grade fever just built and built over the course of about a week or 10 days. And I ended up getting to as high as far as I know, the last I heard was 108 degrees. And I ended up going into the Tampa General Hospital burn unit and staying there for like a month because there's nothing they can do for Steven Johnson syndrome. They just have to let it run its course. And there were actually 7 of us in there at that time with it. And that's kind of an idea of how common it is, but people never hear about it because it's kind of scary. It's caused by a synthetic drug, an over-the-counter or prescription, anything synthetic at any point. Advil, Motrin, Tylenol, antibiotics, Benadryl.
It's scary what's out there, isn't it, Annie? I mean, we just can't. I mean, I had a friend who took a Benadryl and had allergic reaction. She still got hives. So you just never know, right?
You just never know. And I ended up being burned up by my fever. That's what happens with these patients, these Steven Johnson syndrome people. By the way, there was a professional basketball player that some people might remember a while back, Manute Bol. He died of Steven Johnson syndrome. And 5 people in the hospital when I was in Tampa General died when I was there with it. So out of that time frame, I mean, I wasn't expected to survive either. I ended up with 2nd and 3rd degree burns over 99% of my body, which is pretty much all of it. There wasn't even a square inch of me that wasn't blistered and burned. You know how if you've ever burned yourself with a curling iron or...
Yes, I have.
It's kind of like when you toast a marshmallow and it goes beyond that bubbly brown. That's how your skin does. It just bubbles and blisters and oozes.
Bless your heart.
So I had, and you can still see the blisters, like the hypopigmentation and the scar tissue. I have the remnants of a lot of scars all over my body. But God is good, and I didn't stay dead. I was actually declared legally clinically dead by the physician in the hospital, and they were lining up the recipients from my organs for who would receive them. And obviously I didn't stay dead, and here I am. I wasn't able to move because of all the blisters, and they weren't able to do my blood pressure, on my arm or touch me at all. They weren't able to squeeze to keep my circulation. I was just laying there, immobilized for week after week. The blisters went all through my mouth, and my black, and my lips were burned, and my eyelids were blistered and fused shut to my cornea. So I couldn't see for a long time. And then when I could open my eyes, I really couldn't see through the blisters, and it was super painful. That was probably the residual now afterwards is the most irritating thing I have left to deal with, because I got my taste buds back. I got 18 of my nails back. I lost all my fingernails, my toenails, my eyelashes, my hair.
It was like a chemo radiation kind of thing effect, right?
Right.
Yeah. Wow. You are a miracle. And then you're such a skydiver. It's just so cool. Like, so tell us a little bit about that.
So that's my passion. I discovered that 20 years ago, even though I'd always kind of been drawn to airplanes. I was a flight attendant a long time ago for Pan Am, and my grandfather had airplanes when I was little itty bitty, and I've always been comfortable with the idea of flying and like to swing high in the swings and that kind of feeling. So when somebody asked me about skydiving and I was like, what's that? I was interested. And once I tried it, I wanted to do it again. And for me now, I compete on a team. So, and it's really not about the adrenaline as much for me as it is about doing my part for the team.
Doing your part for the what?
For the team.
Okay, I can barely hear you, honey. You're kind of breaking up a little bit. And so for the team, yeah, you got a great team that goes into formation, like Point Break. Have you ever seen that movie? I mean, that's who you remind me of. Like, you know, but you're not Patrick Swayze, obviously.
There's another movie called Drop Zone.
Yes.
Wesley Snipes.
Yes, I've seen it.
My friend that was instrumental in teaching me how to do a lot of top docking and crew is actually in that movie as the stunt double for Wesley Snipes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Not very many people do this.
Well, I just think this is so awesome that you were one of the only women in the sport world to have been able to bounce back after one almost crippling skydiving accident that you had. And you know, that was just amazing that you came out of that and that we've used this holistic health, you know. So tell us a little bit about what you've done to help your body to heal, because I know I use the light therapy patches and I know you have this really amazing story too, that really helped turn everything around for you.
So the Stevens-Johnson syndrome is what made me aware that I don't want to take anything synthetic because it literally scares me to death. So if I get a feeling like I might have a UTI, I'm just slamming the cranberry juice like it's going out of style. Or if I get the feeling that I might get a headache, I'm taking other measures. I'm not taking an aspirin. And just to clarify, so people don't think the skydiving accident was like a normal thing, it was kind of a freak thing. Our whole team, actually everybody that went up on that load on that day and landed got hurt on that landing at that time, 20 feet off the ground. There was some kind of freak wind shear or some kind of downdraft or something. We were all just like 1 second from touching our feet on the ground, and we all got pushed like backwards, almost like down hard.
Oh my gosh.
My guys on my team pulled hamstrings, sprained ankles, but my body broke in the big bones. My lower back, both of my hips broke apart, and it snapped my femur in half. And the crazy thing was, and I think this is attributed to the wellness device we were talking about earlier for circulation.
Yes.
The trauma doctors were just really surprised that I could break those big bones in my body all the way apart that required 2 different emergency surgeries and a blood transfusion, but not one single organ in my body was bruised or bleeding. I hit the ground 25 feet off the ground so hard that it broke those big bones, and I didn't have a single soft tissue or organ issue. So they said that was really unusual, and I wonder if it's because we were doing these wellness things, you know, for our body to keep us.
Well, so you were using the circulation magnetic therapy, that you were using that prior to the accident?
Yep. And
oh, wow. Okay. That does change. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the bones in your hip, your pelvis bones, both of them on both sides, my left and my right, broke apart so far apart that they had, right now I have a 90 millimeter stainless steel screw and little pins to hold everything together. And the femur was all the way completely broken, snapped in half. They said it was unusually clean break. Typical skydiving accidents involve, you know, twisted ankles and splintered bones and soft tissue damage and ligaments and tendons, but I didn't have anything like that. So I don't know why it happened like that for me, but with the circulation therapy, um, I used it after 10 days on their protocol, which was stay ahead of the pain and all the oxy whatever that you can handle that knocks you out, and you wake up completely stiff and completely in more pain. So you take more, which knocks you out. So it's this really depressing cycle. And I did that for 10 days. And then my friend reminded me of my circulation therapy. And I once I did that, I never took another pain pill for the entire time. And I have still not to this day ever taken a pain pill.
It's been amazing, huh? This
It's so amazing. And the healing, they said, we can't even give you a prognostic, like dead date. You may never run again. I couldn't bend at the hip. I couldn't sit up. I couldn't twist. I couldn't shift in the bed. And they said, we don't know if you'll ever get that normal again. And then it was 14 weeks later, I was able to come out of my wheelchair and begin physical rehab. And then it was just another 15 sessions, and I was done.
So you feel like the body heals itself. And this is exactly what's happened is you're getting your circulation and blood flow back from the circulation mat. And you're using these light therapy patches, which also give you up to 12 hours of great blood flow and circulation when you have them on. And they rebuild the infrared in our body. It's amazing. Are you there, Annie?
Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I lost you for just a minute. Go ahead.
So the therapy that we're using now with activating your own stem cells, that's been even more profound and more noticeable to me. Things that I didn't even know that weren't in homeostasis. I didn't even realize how more I could feel better.
Right.
I thought I was doing good, but when your army of stem cells is reactivated and marching again, and all the garbage is going out and it's taking out all the bad guys, I had a checkup with my ophthalmologist that I've been seeing for years and years. And I have scar tissue on my corneas, and I have eyelashes that grow backwards into my corneas, and I have concern with my vision and my macular health because of getting all burned up. And my ophthalmologist brought in last year's view of my eyeball and my macular health, and he said, this is remarkable. He said, I've never seen anyone like with your situation, not only not degrade, but improve. So my macular health is better than it's ever been. My vision has continued to improve every single time I see him. And he didn't know that. He said the problem with my eyes, the biggest problem for me with irritation and problems is the layer of mucus that the scar tissue had debilitated. So I wasn't able to have a mucus layer around my eyeball, and they don't make mucus drops in the store. They make
wow.
and wedding drops, but my problem was unique. And he said, that sorry, there's nothing we can do. And this time on this last visit, about a month ago, he was remarking how my mucus layer is regenerated and the scarring on my eyeball, he calls them adhesions. He said, I've never seen it look better. Like, it just keeps getting better. Your body can rebuild itself and take out the scars and the garbage and improve and regenerate. It's like reverse aging.
Wow, that your story is just so amazing. I've been so excited about bringing you on because you've really gone through so much, and God has just saved your life literally and helped bring these things in front of you that will help your body to heal. And I know personally that you showed me this technology, and I didn't believe it either till I tried it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this stuff, like, to be pain free after 6 months. And, we got to say this is not healing, treating, or curing anything, but what it will do is what the body is designed to do, and that's rebuild our stem cells. Our body's wanting that good circulation and blood flow. Isn't that true, Annie?
Yep. And I wanted to tell you too, on my skydiving team, we compete. It's the type of skydiving that I do is not even normal skydiving. It's a unique type of skydiving, which is probably another conversation that I can explain. But I just wanted to say, at a competitive level, with other athletes that are competing, the only reason why some of my teammates are still able to compete, and we're all older. All of us are older. Half my team is retired. I've got a 78-year-old guy on my team.
Wow.
Yep.
That's impressive.
He's been skydiving for 60 years, ever since he was 18 years old. It's amazing. And he was basically retired and not able to do much because of all the broken bones that he had. And oh wait, I am on Facebook Live too at the same time.
That's all right.
My buddy, who's older, being like, subject to the stiff bone, stiff joints and aches and pains and all the accidents that he's had over his life. He's been in car accidents. He's broken almost every bone in his body. But because of the stem cell activation patches, he's able to not only feel better, but compete. And we competed with him on our team in October at the national competition in the United States, and we got a silver medal with him.
Yay! Awesome. But yeah,
it's not for the faint of heart. So normal skydivers do free fall. And as a student, when you first learn or when you do a tandem, you're in free fall. And you're attached to a tandem master. And then if you want to continue, you learn how to fly your body and control your body in the air. And the kind of skydiving that I do, we don't do free fall. We open our parachute right away, and we fly our open parachute into our friends who also have an open parachute. And we connect our parachutes together with our feet in the line. And then we create like a diamond formation. So we're flying our body and we're flying our parachute, both.
Oh, wow. That is just, I've seen some of your formations. They're just really cool.
There aren't very many females in it. There aren't very many skydivers in it, actually. It's a very minority among minorities because, it takes a lot of upper body strength. And you also have to put your parachute onto someone else, which you're taught when you're a brand new skydiver, that's not a good idea. So everybody who learns how to skydive has an automatic built-in prejudice against canopy formation skydiving. So there's very few people that want to do it. They feel like what we do is crazy. You know how normally people say,
well,
crazy?
I have had some people ask me about some of the pictures that I have up on Facebook of you in the sky, but wow, it's pretty cool. I definitely want to do it with you sometime. I definitely want to go learn how to skydive with you.
Anytime. We're at Zephyr Hills in Florida on the first weekend of every month, helping everybody to learn or just to sit and watch. So come out to Skydive City in Zephyr Hills on the first weekend of every month, including next month. And my friend Elma's asking me on Facebook Live, how do we help you guys get to the next competition?
Oh,
that's big news.
Yeah, I heard you have a fundraiser coming up, so I was going to ask you about all that.
Yep. So in the United States, they have a national competition to see who's the best in the U.S. And whoever gets the top spots in their discipline gets to move on and represent the United States at the World Meet. And that's a big deal. It's the biggest event in the world involving other countries, and it happens every other year. It's kind of like the Olympics, and you have to qualify and be chosen. And this year, it's not going to be in like Finland or Australia or Spain. Typically, it's been in Russia and, you know, Qatar and foreign countries. But this year, it's actually in the United States. So my silver medal team gets to go along with the gold medal team, and we get a chance to be at the world meet for the first time in my life.
Wow.
Opportunity in the past, but
I'm so excited to be able to help you with this, Annie.
yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. And we're doing a fundraiser. Like I said, my team's all retired and self-employed, and the costs are high to go to this. And this will be most likely the last competition for my buddy Cliff, who's 78. And we wanted to try to raise a little bit of money. If people have a couple bucks to spare to donate it to the fundraiser and help us get to the world meet, it would mean a lot. And we're super appreciative.
Yeah, you set up a GoFundMe thing?
Yep. Well, it's not a GoFundMe.
Oh, okay.
On my Facebook page, you can donate through Facebook or PayPal or Cash App or Venmo or Zelle or mail me a check. We're trying to make it easy. But what I'm doing is I'm giving away the stem cell activation patches.
Oh.
As in a raffle drawing.
Well, tell us a little bit about that.
So I've got people that have donated on my list here, and I have my randomizer. So I was going to pull one of the winners out here in a minute and see who's winning. I have gift categories, 3 categories of people that have been giving their donations in the gold category. That's gifts that were between $1 and $299. And then I have the platinum category, and that's people who have donated between $300 and $600. And then I have the diamond category, and that's the people who have given more than $600.
Oh, wow.
I'm names randomly and announce the winner on the radio show.
Yes, definitely. Go ahead.
And these are $150 value. It's a 1-month supply of the stem cell activation patches. And I'm going to do 3 winners, 1 in each category. And I got to get my little randomizer on my computer, on my phone here. Hold on a second.
Now, these are people that you've shared the light therapy patches with.
Some are just skydivers that want to give to my fundraiser.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, some people don't even know the value of this prize.
Yeah, they don't. I didn't know the value of it after being on this for about 2 years now. It's been like amazing. And I didn't honestly know the value of it until after I'd been on it for about 6 months. And now it's like, wow, it's like the whole body is totally regenerated. I'm living in a 30-year-old body and I'm 55, and people are going, whoa, I'm roller skating and bike riding and walking the beach and swimming and just living this amazing life, and of course I stay positive and happy. I stay off the television. I stay young, and but wow, that's so cool. So if you want to go ahead and do that, if you want to call out those people, that would be great.
Okay, hold on a second, and I'm going to get the randomizer going here.
All right.
I was also doing a Facebook Live at the same time, so it's kind of a challenge.
Oh, that's okay. Just I'll just tell you guys, man, it's just this technology rebuilds your own stem cells. And that's what I think is just so fascinating about it. It just does that on its own. There's nothing in the patch. So it's non-transdermal. It's a non-transdermal patch. So the difference between non-transdermal and dermal is it's something going into the skin, like if you were going to quit smoking or something. So I love it because it has done a whole lot for my health. I have definitely a good report now.
You know what else it's done that surprised me, Carrie, is what it's done for my mood.
Yes.
It's weird because I've always been pretty positive as a person. I never really thought that I let things get to me before, but I am so much more like calm and full of joy and peace and like at ease. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I'm not bothered by all the normal stress of life. People are really worried about viruses and traffic, and I'm just not. I'm not into stressing out anymore.
Yeah, there's really no sense in it, so that's why like I said, I don't watch TV. I try to fill my mind with positive things. Yes, there's things going on in the world and we have to be prepared. But what does Jesus say 365 times in the Bible? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't have fear, right?
Right.
Just be prepared. Don't be scared. I did a show on that the other night on living a healthy lifestyle. And
that's awesome.
So did you figure out what you were getting some people these free patches? That's so exciting.
Category. My first winner is Bill Clement.
All right. Woo! Congratulations, Bill. This is like the first step to recovery for your body, healing.
I don't think he's even familiar with what these patches are, so I'll have to teach him a little bit and show him the website.
Oh, okay.
And so my second category is the Platinum Givers, and the winner is Deluxe Denise.
Oh my gosh, it's Denise! Holy cow! She never even watches my show because she's so busy. But oh wow, I cannot wait to send her a copy of this. Oh, she's going to be so excited. We're going to be hanging out this weekend too for conference. So.
Oh, we got to talk about.
We will
that in a minute here too.
Yep, so, I'll remind you.
I'm going to draw one more, and I'm going to have another drawing like this at convention. By the way. Probably on the last day, maybe Sunday morning or Saturday evening before the gala dinner.
Okay, so, I'm calling it out. I'm going to win it. Woohoo!
I got one more name here in the diamond category, and the winner is Dr. Donahue.
Oh, yay, Dr. Donahue! Awesome. Yeah, so everybody, Annie is amazing. She's doing a fundraiser with her skydiving group, and she's doing, raising money. And tell us what you're raising money for.
So we are raising money for the team to make it to the World Meet, and just to have this one last chance at this big competition for our senior teammates and retired folks. See, what happens normally at this world level, you have this highly skilled level of competitors, largely due to the fact that they're sponsored, usually corporate sponsorship or the folks that are affiliated with the industry of skydiving and drop zones and owners of drop zones, and they're able to help fund these people, or they're members of the military or the government, and they're paid to skydive and to compete and to win these competitions for their government. That's what they do. They just try to win competitions for their government. Like the king of their country puts together teams, and they train and they train and they train, and that's typical when you get to that level.
Yeah.
Especially some of these other countries. But my team, we're just a bunch of like average working folks or retired folks, and we don't have that kind of funding. We don't have sponsorship. We're not part of the military or the government. We're not independently wealthy. We're just regular people trying to get by.
Live your dreams, right? And jump out of a plane. Why not?
So
Oh, wow, Annie. So tell us about this conference that's coming up with David. David Schmidt is just wow. I am just in awe over this amazing man. And I just want to know a little bit of information about this conference and what you're thinking about, like what we're going to learn because I'm so excited.
I love the history of this company. So 20 years ago, research and developer geek David Schmidt was working away on trying to figure out a way to harness the body's natural ability to stay healthy. And the military and the Department of Defense got a hold of him and wanted him to help them keep their Navy SEALs awake for 60 hours in a row and help their guys in submarines get oxygen and energy, and eventually leading to things like better wound healing for our veterans and amazing things that he over the years has invented all these neat different kind of patches. And he said he was working for 10 years trying to harness the stem cell activity of the body because that's the key. Did you know that every single cell that comprises you started out as a stem cell?
Yeah, and they're the only ones that are interchangeable too, which is pretty fascinating.
Yeah, they can morph and be universal. When you, like, when I got a concussion, the body instructs all the stem cells to go to the brain in that emergency. Or, you know, when I lost my skin and I was all burned up, the body is instructing the stem cells to heal and become skin cells or whatever, you know, my corneas or whatever.
Yeah.
So the stem cell is amazing. It took him, I guess, like 39 tries. He invented the X39, and then he never stopped inventing. So the X49 is now since then invented. He just introduced that to the public like in February and had the packaging and everything to go for that. Now we're getting ready to go to conference, and he said he's got 2 more new inventions.
I know. I'm so excited.
And he's a very bold, outspoken Christian guy.
Yes.
All of his ideas and all of his inventions, he gives credit to God.
Yes, because it is God that doesn't want us to have opioids anymore. He wants us to heal the body the way the body is supposed to heal by giving it what the body needs. You know, fresh water and fresh nutrition and exercise and sleep. And he wants our mindset to be good. So that's why I work with that 5-step program. But this is so exciting though, Annie. So you're presidential. Like you helped me to become a director, and the way that works is that you share the information with people, and the company pays you, and it's just you know, getting on these patches yourself and finding out what it is that it's going to do for you. Explain to our listeners why it takes a little while though for stem cells to really work in the body. Like it took a long time for your body to get where it's at. It's going to take a while to get where you want it to be.
Exactly. So they're saying on these patches, about half the people are getting the results that they want in about 3 to 6 weeks, and the other half in about 3 to 6 months, which is hugely an improvement over the traditional stem cell injection that was like 3 visits, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, and it cost you $6,000 every time, or put down 20 grand to start with, and then 4 months later you're worse off than when you started. And the injection, the body just didn't respond well. The doctors who give the stem cells injections are a huge part of our company right now, because this is so much more effective on the whole entire body, accumulative over time, building, and so much more affordable. So it takes time though. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's taking in a different amount of water. Everybody's eating a different diet. You know, some people might still be drinking and smoking, and their body's going to respond a lot slower, you know, than folks who are trying to get a hold of healthy nutrition.
And people that are injured too, they have to understand that the body's damage didn't happen overnight, especially if the injury is old. I needed to be on it for 5 full months before I started seeing anything. And I'm 55. So explain that.
Yep, they say give yourself about a month of patching for every decade that you are alive. So, like our friend Bob Campbell, he's 72 and he had chronic pain in his feet and knees. So many surgeries, like 12. He was going to have his other knee replaced. He had severe issues. He couldn't even have a sheet on his feet in the bed at night. Like his pain was so bad. And that's what he wanted to see resolved. And that took 7 months, like it's the beginning of the 7th month.
Mm-hmm.
And he's thrilled after 44 years of pain to have it only take 7 months, and he's done. And he said it was like a light switch. Once it was gone, it's gone.
And then he had all these bumps all over his arms from being a mailman too. And he had to go have those burnt off every year. And I was just amazed at his story as how he didn't have to have that done anymore. Like they just
Well, that's right. So in those 7 months, it's not like his body wasn't healing in any other way. All these other healing things were taking place. Like you said, the little precancerous lesions on his arm were going away. The body prioritized it. And also Bob Campbell had, hope he doesn't mind me sharing, had been diagnosed with, well, when you get really high PSA numbers, you're basically prostate cancer situation. It got so bad he couldn't even urinate at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then they prescribed him a pill so that he could. But when he started taking wearing the patches, he doesn't have to have the pill anymore, and his PSA levels are back down to normal now.
Wow.
But the first things that he noticed early was his brain fog, where he couldn't remember where he put his keys or people's names or what he go in that room for.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time. No, it's getting better, but so it does help with that though.
Their body is all different, so your body will prioritize what's the most important thing. And apparently, Bob's brain was more important than his feet. So it takes longer. And then his doctor checkup, his cholesterol was normal, his blood pressure, his blood sugar, everything was normal. So the body prioritized his heart. And also, he had another thing happen in about, I'll take that back. That happened at about 12 months. He woke up with a really bad toothache and he went to the dentist or the orthodontist or whatever. And they said he was going to have an emergency root canal for a bad infection in his gums. And he just took one of the patches and he put the patch on the outside of his jaw. And he went back on Monday or Tuesday, and the doctor said that the infection was gone and he didn't have to spend $6,000 on surgery.
Praise Jesus. Wow, that's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, well, there's some amazing stories out there with this technology. And like you said, it's it's not that it's healing, treating, or curing anything, Annie, but it is doing what the body is meant to do, and that's to heal itself.
I just think it's so cool when you get these doctors that are saying, I've never seen anything like this happen before, and I wouldn't have guessed that this was even possible in the human body.
Yeah.
They say, so we've had people on these Patching podcast testimonials, and now we have more and more all the time because so many people are learning about this. It's so cool. Organs that prolapsed and you didn't think that there was any option besides surgery that resume their normal position, and bone on bone. Rob's son Mark had 10 years of 10 different specialists telling him there's nothing that could be done for his back. Severe back herniations. And then he's feeling so much better after 5 months, back to work. And then at his 12-month checkup, the doctor said he would have not have recognized that X-ray of his spine.
Wow.
He didn't take it himself. Said he didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a way for us to rehabilitate our stem cells, the dormant ones, because we lose them 60% at 30. And by the time we're 70, we've lost all of our stem cells, the ability to fight off disease and illness in our bodies. And this is just a miracle technology that is basically made with salt crystals and amino acids, and it just reflects the sunlight like the sun in our body that creates the vitamin D in our body. It's amazing how it works.
Yep. Like in grade school, we're taught that when we go out into the sun and the sun shines on our skin, that gives us vitamin D. But actually, it doesn't give us vitamin D. That light shining on your skin is a form of light therapy, and that helps activate your body's own ability to make vitamin D.
Wow.
So that's an interesting point, too. So the different wavelengths that is created by your own body and your body heat is a form of light. Like if you've ever seen one of those night vision cameras and it shows heat in your body, or thermography where there's red and yellow.
Yes.
Our body is giving off a certain type of light. We don't see it with our eyes.
Photomodulation.
Yep, these patches are just reflecting our own light,
Mm-hmm.
the specific wavelengths that helps to activate our army of stem cells. And the cool thing is our little furry friends have the same thing going on. So the patches help them too.
I know my sister-in-law has helped several animals to just completely be renewed. It's been a miracle. Like some of these animals that we've had, in my Yorkie, I have a 7-year-old Yorkie that used to get these cysts, and they are very susceptible to getting those. And I started using this technology on him, putting it on his collar, and he's never had another one. So must be doing something right, because and he plays with his ball all day long.
My friend, my skydiver crew chick friend, Kathy McCarthy, I got to go visit her and meet her little furry friend, Sammy, this cat, like 19 years old. And when I met him, he was like on death's door. He was laying in his bed. He wasn't moving. He hadn't cleaned himself in a long time because he was so arthritic. He couldn't even bend around to clean himself. He couldn't bend down to get under the bed into his favorite place. He didn't go outside. He didn't go up the stairs. And he had dementia.
Oh, wow.
Stand up and like be confused, like, where's the litter box? And
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but
he had dementia. And when I got there, he had stopped eating 5 days.
oh,
For 5 days, he had basically stopped eating. So
that's
it was
sad.
basically at the end. And put a patch on him. Kathy's looking at me like, why are you putting that sticker on my cat? And then he just revived. He started eating again. He started walking around more. He started meowing at her and begging her for kitty treats.
Wow.
He's sitting under the bed again. She phones me and shows me videos. He's going up and down the stairs 7 times. And
Wow.
like all excited. Sammy the cat's moving again. He's eating again. He's meowing and he's cleaning himself, and his skin. He was so bony. But after his little army of stem cells got reactivated, his body filled out. He gained weight. His fur was thicker and shiny again. And
Yeah.
amazing. Her daughter came home from college, saw the cat, and was like, "What the heck?" And then she started using the patches, and it helped her narcolepsy.
Oh, no. Wow, that's awesome. Ugh.
And then her husband is this badass, like motocross dude who's winning trophies in his age bracket.
Ooh.
And so he's sharing it with all of his friends who have hurt shoulders and all that stuff.
This technology is just it's blowing me away today. So we just have a few minutes left. So what are you doing in the future for events and things that are coming up that you want to give some information out about how people can get in touch with you and
So for me, primarily Facebook is probably going to be the first place you can get a hold of me and donate to the fundraiser and see the groups that I'm getting involved with and putting out information so people can learn. And we also just started a City Fam chapter in Tampa, and we're looking to also start one in Indianapolis. So that's just a way to do some cool, fun stuff, listen to music, do whatever, hang out with like-minded people. So that's something to look for on my Facebook too. In the Tampa area,
Yep.
in the Indianapolis area, because I live in both places.
You do a lot of driving. It's country road. Take me home.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
on Facebook, what does the patch look like and how do you wear it? So let me show this little white
oh,
patch
yeah. It's
with the natural amino acids and crystals on it, and that's like your little solar panel that's reflecting your light back into you. And you can stick it on a place of pain. If you have a hurt place, you stick it right on there. My buddy Cliff Dobson likes to wear it on his shoulder and on his knee, and it's done amazing things for him. He's like, he doesn't even act 78.
and on the back of your neck, on your C7, underneath your belly button, we have glutathione. It builds your glutathione. I mean, we have some amazing technology. And isn't it true that we went in a year and a half to we're at like $450,000 in sales now?
Yeah, what happened was over the 20 years of amazing products, the company had $30 million worth in sales. And then once he introduced this product, we're now at $450 million in sales.
Oh, wow. That is so huge. Yeah, like on one technology. I just can't even imagine what the future is going to lead to with David and the inventions. And you know, he's got a special surprise for us. He's invented something to give every single one of us. That is just the loving man that he is. And I just totally cannot wait.
Yep.
It's going to be fun.
We're going to do another giveaway. And what was I going to say? On the pain patches, the places. Oh, man. At convention, what were we talking about?
The pain patches, Ice Wave.
Of course, that one's really good for pain. There's a ton of different patches. The stem cell one is the best. I can't wait to see what his new 2 inventions are going to be.
Oh, sure. Wow. Well, Annie, your story today has been amazing. Your information, you know, this technology, it's just changing the world. And, you know, there's a lot of people, wouldn't you agree, that don't want to be on pharmaceuticals anymore. They want another option. And that's who I am. I'm Carrie Kay, holistic health coach. Annie is also available to talk to. I love to get out there to Zephyr Hills and watch you jump out of a plane.
In any month.
All right. Well, is there anything else that you want to say? We have about 2 minutes left.
Well, you mentioned pharmaceuticals, and it just popped up from number 4 to number 3. The third leading cause of death, right behind cancer, is doctors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at an epidemic. I mean, if we could just all get together and educate. Education is huge. Wouldn't you agree, Annie? Just educate on this technology. Educate on holistic things that will turn the body around. That's what I had to do as a cancer survivor, you know, and getting hit by the school bus. It really woke me up. And I'm sure what you went through woke you up too, to holistic health.
And the world is so, you know, we have so much technology, and the doctors have to study their specialty.
Yeah.
You don't have time to really learn about nutrition and the whole body as a unit. If you have a problem in your foot, then you need to go to podiatrist specialist. You know,
right.
Talk about your nose, you go to ear, nose, and throat specialist. They can't help you with your heart. You have to go to cardiologists. They don't have time to learn about everything in the whole body.
But a lot of these patches do that, right? We just have about a minute left. So, I mean, I know that the patches do that already. They go to rebuild the stem cells, which rebuild the organs.
Yep. Every organ starts as a stem cell.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Annie, for being on the show today. I really appreciate you. And, I can't wait to see you in Orlando in just a few days. And we get to walk across stage. Well, you're presidential, which is really awesome. And, it's just been so much help that you've helped me so much become director and lead my team. So I just want to tell you that I really appreciate you and God bless you. And thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you. And he does. And that's what it's all about, is helping other people, helping everybody feel better.
Amen. Amen. Well, we'll see you in Orlando in just a few days.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, guys, that's Living a Healthy Lifestyle show today. I just wanted to let you guys know I appreciate you joining in and listening to her amazing story about how these light therapy patches, if you want to try them, just dial in 515-822-4877 or go to Carrie K. Davis. Also, subscribe to Living a Healthy Lifestyle show on YouTube. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. I'm not sure. I think I have some stuff going on with the music business. So we're going to be doing some music. I'm writing a song to submit. So thank you guys with Atlas Star Records. And this is Living a Healthy Lifestyle show with Carrie K. God bless. Time.
WTAN, Clearwater,
FM 106.1,
WDCF, Dade City,
FM 102.3,
WZHR, Zephyr Hills,
FM 104.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Monica Ricks in New York. President Biden is back in Washington at this hour, signing the new Inflation Reduction Act into law. It's a slimmer version of Build Back Better with